What happens when a billionaire CEO's son assaults a 71-year-old war veteran, then walks into Judge Frank Caprio's courtroom with 8 corporate lawyers? He thought money would bury the truth. He didn't know one phone call would erase his father's empire by sunset. Stay with this story, because what's about to happen has never happened in this courtroom before. Thursday morning, Providence Municipal Court. The gallery is louder than usual. Whispers ripple through the benches. Something feels different. The bailiff's voice cuts through the noise. State of Rhode Island versus Marcus Robert Sterling. Every head turns. Marcus Sterling, age 29, son of billionaire CEO Robert Sterling, founder of Sterling Industries. The charge isn't a traffic ticket. It's assault and battery on an elderly person. Judge Caprio studies the file, his face calm, unreadable. 5 nights earlier, a restaurant parking lot outside the Capitol Grill. James Martinez, age 71, Vietnam veteran, there to celebrate 45 years of marriage with his wife. Marcus Sterling was drunk, arguing with a valet over parking priority. When James politely said, "Sir, maybe calm down," Marcus didn't respond with words. He shoved him. James slammed into a parked car, collapsed to the pavement. Broken collarbone, deep bruising, permanent pain. The courtroom absorbs this silently. But that's not what makes today extraordinary. The courtroom doors swing open. Marcus Sterling enters. Then more footsteps. Then more. 1 lawyer. 2. 3. 8. 8 attorneys fill the aisle like a corporate strike team. Identical dark suits. Gold-embossed leather portfolios. Sterling Industries logos gleaming under courtroom lights. Gasps ripple through the gallery. This doesn't look like justice. It looks like intimidation. Leading the formation is Christopher Blackwell, senior partner at Morrison & Blackwell, a top New York corporate firm. The lawyers fan out, occupying an entire row. Marcus takes his seat, relaxed, bored, untouched by consequence. Designer watch. Perfect hair. No remorse. Judge Caprio watches quietly. He's seen arrogance before. But this is corporate force. The bailiff finishes the call. Judge Caprio looks up, straight at Marcus. Then at the wall of suits behind him. "Mr. Sterling," Caprio says evenly. "Before we begin, how many attorneys are representing you today?" Blackwell stands smoothly. 8, Your Honor. A pause. Caprio tilts his head slightly. 8 attorneys, for a simple assault case. Blackwell doesn't blink. "We believe in thorough representation." The room stiffens. Judge Caprio leans forward just an inch. "And who is paying for this thorough representation?" Blackwell answers without hesitation. "Sterling Industries, Your Honor." Silence. Caprio's pen stops mid-motion. "Sterling Industries is a publicly traded company, correct?" "Yes, Your Honor." "New York Stock Exchange. Ticker, STROL." Caprio nods slowly, then writes something down. Not a ruling. Not yet. Something else. Something that would soon shake an entire corporation. Judge Caprio looks directly at Marcus Sterling. "Mr. Sterling, how do you plead?" Marcus doesn't even lift his head. Not guilty. No hesitation. No emotion. No respect. Judge Caprio exhales slowly. "Mr. Blackwell, I assume you'd like to address the court." Christopher Blackwell rises. What follows isn't a legal argument. It's an attack. "Your Honor, we move to dismiss all charges based on insufficient evidence, improper police procedure, violations of my client's constitutional rights." Judge Caprio raises his hand. "Mr. Blackwell, we haven't even reviewed the evidence yet." A beat. "You're filing motions about procedures you haven't seen." Before Blackwell can respond, another attorney jumps up. "Your Honor, David Chun, criminal procedure specialist. I've identified 17 procedural irregularities." "Sit down." Caprio doesn't raise his voice. but the command lands hard. He turns back to Blackwell. Control your team. Then the warning. This isn't a corporate boardroom. This is a courtroom. A third attorney half stands. Your Honor, if I may. No, you may not. Sit down. The gallery is frozen. 8 lawyers. 1 judge. And the power dynamic is shifting. Judge Caprio turns calmly to the state. Ms. Kim, present the evidence. Assistant District Attorney Rachel Kim stands. 5 nights ago, at approximately 9:30 p.m., Mr. Sterling arrived at the Capitol Grill in downtown Providence. 2 defense attorneys jump up instantly. Objection, Your Honor. Caprio's voice slices through the room. Sit down. Both of you. They obey. Barely. Ms. Kim continues. Security footage shows Mr. Sterling arriving in a Lamborghini, visibly intoxicated. He became aggressive with the valet over parking priority. Mr. James Martinez, a 71-year-old Vietnam veteran, was leaving the restaurant with his wife after their anniversary dinner. Another attorney stands. We dispute that characterization. Sit down, Caprio snaps. Ms. Kim, continue. Mr. Martinez politely suggested Mr. Sterling calm down. Mr. Sterling responded by shoving him violently against a vehicle. Mr. Martinez suffered a broken collarbone. Silence fills the courtroom. Judge Caprio signals the clerk. Let's see the security footage. 3 attorneys stand at once. Objection. Chain of custody. Caprio leans forward. All of you sit down. His voice hardens. Interrupt again, and I will hold every one of you in contempt. They sit. The screen lights up. The footage plays. Marcus's Lamborghini pulls in. He stumbles out, gesturing wildly, yelling at the valet. James Martinez enters the frame, walking slowly beside his wife. James approaches calmly. Hands visible. No aggression. Marcus turns, points, then shoves him with both hands. James slams into a car and collapses. No blur. No confusion. No doubt. The video ends. Judge Caprio turns to Marcus. Mr. Sterling, that video shows you violently assaulting an elderly man. What do you have to say? Marcus shrugs. He got in my face. I defended myself. Caprio's jaw tightens. The video shows Mr. Martinez standing several feet away. Hands visible. You attacked him unprovoked. Blackwell stands again. This time, 4 attorneys rise with him, forming a wall. Your Honor, we will present expert witnesses who will testify the video angle is deceptive. Judge Caprio stands up. The room goes silent. Enough. His voice thunders. All of you. Sit. Down. Now. They sit. Marcus smirks, just slightly. He thinks chaos is working. He's wrong. Judge Caprio turns to the victim. Mr. Martinez, please tell the court what happened. James stands slowly, arm in a sling, pain written across his face. His voice is quiet, but steady. Your Honor, my wife and I were celebrating our 45th anniversary. We were walking to our car when I saw this young man. He gestures toward Marcus, screaming at the valet, threatening him. I said, Sir, please calm down. There's no need for this. The courtroom listens. Not to lawyers. To truth. James Martinez steadies himself. His voice doesn't shake, but the weight of his words does. He looked at me and said, Mind your own business, old man. I told him I was just trying to help. James swallows. That's when he shoved me. A pause. I hit the car. I heard something crack in my shoulder. The courtroom is silent. Judge Caprio leans forward, voice calm. Mr. Martinez, how has this injury affected your life? James doesn't exaggerate. I'm 71 years old, Your Honor. I served in Vietnam. I worked as a mechanic for 40 years. His voice tightens. Working on cars was my retirement. Now I can't lift my grandson. My wife has to help me get dressed, because I can't raise my arm. The gallery absorbs every word. Then it happens. Marcus Sterling yawns. Not subtle. Not hidden. Judge Caprio's eyes lock onto him. Mr. Sterling, did you just yawn while Mr. Martinez was describing his injuries? Marcus shrugs. I mean, it's unfortunate, acknowledging the injury. But accidents happen. Then the sentence that detonates the room. My dad will write him a check. Problem solved. The gallery explodes in outrage. Judge Caprio slams the gavel. Before Caprio can speak, all 8 attorneys rise together. Perfect timing. Perfect formation. Christopher Blackwell speaks smoothly. Your Honor, my client is offering to make Mr. Martinez whole financially. Sterling Industries is prepared to offer a substantial settlement. The implication is clear. Money fixes this. Judge Caprio's face hardens. Mr. Blackwell, are you attempting to buy your way out of criminal charges in my courtroom? Blackwell doesn't flinch. We're offering a practical resolution. Caprio's voice drops. Dangerous. Sit down. All 8 lawyers sit. But something has already shifted. Judge Caprio looks directly at Blackwell. You stated earlier that Sterling Industries is paying for all 8 of you. That is correct, Your Honor. Sterling Industries is publicly traded? Yes. Meaning thousands of shareholders own that company? Yes. Caprio leans back. And their money is being used to pay 8 corporate attorneys to defend the CEO's son for drunkenly assaulting a 71-year-old veteran? Blackwell shifts. The company has broad discretion. Caprio cuts him off. Broad discretion to fund personal criminal defense. Silence. Judge Caprio reaches for the phone. Clerk, get me the Securities and Exchange Commission. Marcus sits up fast. Wait, what? Blackwell's face drains of color. Your Honor, I don't think that's necessary. Caprio doesn't look at him. You admitted it on the record. The speakerphone clicks on. This is Director Patricia Morgan, SEC Enforcement Division. Caprio speaks clearly. Director Morgan, this is Judge Frank Caprio. I'm hearing a criminal case involving Marcus Sterling. His attorneys have stated that Sterling Industries is paying for his defense. A pause. Then, let me be clear, Director Morgan says sharply. A publicly traded company using shareholder funds to defend the CEO's son in a personal assault case. Yes. Another pause. That is potentially securities fraud. Misuse of corporate assets. A violation of fiduciary duty. The courtroom freezes. The 8 attorneys whisper urgently. Marcus looks terrified. This was supposed to be easy. Money. Lawyers. Silence. Instead, everything just changed. Marcus Sterling looks like he's about to vomit. The confidence is gone. The smirk is gone. The 8 attorneys are in chaos. Fingers flying across phones. Whispered panic spreading down the row. Director Morgan's voice cuts through the silence. Your Honor, I'm opening an immediate federal investigation into Sterling Industries. The courtroom stiffens. We will be issuing subpoenas for all financial records tied to this legal defense fund. Shareholders will be formally notified that their investments may have been misused. Marcus stares forward, frozen. Judge Caprio speaks calmly. What happens next, Director Morgan? Her answer is devastating. When markets open tomorrow, this information will likely cause significant pressure on Sterling Industries stock. We are freezing the company's legal defense fund effective immediately. And Robert Sterling, as CEO, will face personal liability. A beat. Then the final blow. We are coordinating with the FBI's white-collar crime division. If criminal intent is found, federal charges will follow. The line goes dead. Judge Caprio looks directly at the 8 attorneys. Gentlemen, I assume Sterling Industries will no longer be funding your representation. Christopher Blackwell stands, pale, shaken. Your Honor, we need to consult with our client and corporate counsel regarding continued representation. Caprio nods. I thought you might. Judge Caprio turns to Marcus. No anger. No drama. Just judgment. You assaulted a 71-year-old Vietnam veteran. You showed no remorse. You yawned during his testimony. And you used shareholder money to intimidate this court. He pauses. Here is your sentence. The courtroom holds its breath. 6 months in county jail. 3 years probation. 400 hours of community service at veteran organizations. Mandatory anger management. Full restitution for all medical and rehabilitation costs. Then the final order. And you will write a formal apology to Mr. Martinez and read it aloud in this courtroom. Marcus doesn't respond. He can't. Within hours, headlines explode. SEC investigates Sterling Industries. When markets open, the punishment is swift. Sterling Industries stock. $147 at open. $88 by close. A 40% crash. Billions erased. The SEC issues a statement. Sterling Industries used corporate funds to defend the CEO's son in a criminal case. Investigation ongoing. That evening, Robert Sterling steps in front of cameras. Shaken. Acknowledged. I authorized the use of company funds. I believed I had the authority. I was wrong. He swallows hard. I violated shareholder trust. I abused my position. Then the words no one expected. I am resigning as CEO effective immediately. I will sell my shares to reimburse the company. Power collapses in real time. Marcus serves his time. When he's released, he stands before James Martinez. No lawyers. No money. No arrogance. I assaulted you over a parking space. I yawned during your testimony. I used my father's company to intimidate the court. His voice cracks. I'm sorry. James takes his hand. You were 29 thinking money made you untouchable. Now you know better. Money can't buy respect. Only actions can. Judge Caprio once again proved. No billionaire. No corporate army. No intimidation tactic. Stands above the law. If this story reminded you that justice still has a backbone, subscribe. Comment what moment shocked you most. Because when money fails, when power collapses, accountability always remains. Justice served. Stock crashed. Intimidation failed. Respect restored.